Side Neptunas welcome the 9-time Latvian champions Ventspils. It is a battle of the Baltic here in Klaipeda. A very good evening from me, Tim Long. Welcome to game day 2 of the Basketball Champions League regular season. This should be a fascinating contest indeed between two teams who started with impressive wins over big name clubs last week. Neptunas over French side Alain Chalon. And most impressively, Ventspils over this tournament's defending champions Tenerife. So now both looking to go 2-0. Two fixtures last night in Group B with Alain Chalon and Tenerife both responding to those game day 1 defeats. And then we've got 2 more games tonight. Tip-off in this one, followed shortly by tip-off between PAOK and Gaziantep. 32 teams in this competition this season, split across 4 groups of 8. The top 4 from each group will progress. And our focus this evening is on Group B in the regular season. What an opportunity for these two clubs tonight to take a firm grip on this group early on. Nobody has gone 2-0 so far. Still a long, long way to go, of course, but that would be the perfect start in such a tough group that contains the defending champions. And like I say, only the top 4 will advance after the 14 group stage games. Neptunas Klaipeda started with that win over Alain Chalon last week by just 2 points here on home court, 75-73, and that was thanks to a 24-18 fourth quarter. Their opposition tonight comes in the form of close neighbours Ventspils, as we see their roster. Ronald Zakis, the number 30, dominant inside in their win last week, 14 points and 8 boards in just 15 minutes on court. 21, Igars Stella had a great all-round performance, 10 points, 6 boards and 5 assists in that win. And elsewhere you look maybe to the likes of Blake Hamilton and Emmanuel Ubila, the 2 Americans who can contribute greatly for them here on the road this evening. Here's a look at the Neptunas Klaipeda roster. Juan Palacios, the number 3, the Spanish centre, led the way for them in that victory over Alain Chalon with 19 points, 10 rebounds and a block in that big win. He was backed up by Mindaugas Junas, the number 8, who had 16 points, 3 assists and 3 steals. And Malcolm Armstead, their American point guard, 11 points and 3 assists in just 18 minutes. No doubt one of the key factors in Neptunas' win was their offensive rebounding. They won that category 16-7 against Alain Chalon, which helped to generate 11 extra shots altogether in the game. They also dominated in the paint in terms of scoring, 40-26, and they will look to use those particular facets of their game again here this evening. We're seeing the introduction onto court of the Ventspils players, who pulled off an even more impressive win last week, defeating Tenerife by a single point, 73-72. It was a game of incredibly tight margins. As you can imagine, the 4 quarters each decided by 1, 0, 3 and 1. The stats that stood out in their favour were 7 steals to 1 and 5 extra points from turnovers. They also had 5 more second chance points, despite having 4 fewer offensive rebounds. And the 3-point shooting had a key part to play as well. Ventspils making just 7 of 20, but Tenerife limited to a torrid 4 of 21. The stage set for the introduction of the home players. Neptunas Klaipeda playing on home court for the 2nd week in a row to start the new season. And they will hope that that can provide them the boost they need. It certainly did last week against a team that is so often competing in the top European competitions. They finished 2nd in their regular season group last season. They had a 10-4 overall record through the 14 games, although they lost to Ludwigsburg in the playoffs. It was bitterly disappointing end to the campaign. They'll want to go further this time around. They have started the new season well in their domestic league as well, 5-2 in the Lithuanian league, winning their first 4 in a row, albeit losing now 2 of their last 3, including by 13 to Lietuvos Rytas at the weekend. They are consistently up there in the Lithuanian League Final 4. They really are enjoying the best period of their 50-plus year history. They've made it to the Final 4 of the last 5 seasons now in the Lithuanian League. They're still searching for their first major trophy, though. Lost in the final in 2016 to the Lithuanian giant Žalgiris, having also claimed silver a couple of years earlier in 2014 and bronze in 2013. In fact, they've been to the quarterfinals every year but 2 since 1995. As for Ventspils, 9-time Latvian champions, most recently in 2014, and before that in 2009. They finished first in their regular season last season, although lost in the final, as they'd also done 2 years earlier as well. They finished either first or second in the regular season of their domestic league every year but 1 since 1997. So these are 2 teams on display here this evening that are consistently at the top of their domestic games. We've had the introduction of the 2 sets of players and the officials, and now we'll see the starting 5s. And there, Ventspils have mentioned a number of those players, Blake Hamilton and Emanuel Ubila, the 2 Americans, Igor Steller, Maris Gulbis, and to finish off at centre, the big presence of Julius Jutsikas, who had 12 points last week for coach Roberts Stelmar's team. They did play with a short rotation last week, a number of players that didn't play. There's 1 or 2 injury concerns for both of these teams at the moment, as we see the Neptunas starting 5, Malcolm Armstead, Juan Palacios, their leading scorer last time out, the very experienced Rinaldas Sibutis, Edgaras Šalonis and Arnas Bukavicius. And head coach for them, Kazis Maksvitis. By my reckoning, they had 4 or 5 players who didn't take to the court last week, and the same can be said about Ventspils as well. In fact, for Neptunas, Mindaugas Kačinas was their leading rebounder last season, didn't play at all last week. He's been struggling with injury and fitness problems. Final opportunity here for the 2 coaches to get their words across to their players. We're expecting a high-quality, tight contest between 2 teams looking perhaps to go top of Group B early on in the regular season. There has been a lot of change for these 2 teams since last season. Neptunas keeping Kačinas, the injured player I was just talking about, as well as a rotational option in the form of Mindaugas Gudžiūnas, although they're really the only 2 that competed in this competition last season for them. They've added Edgaras Šalonis at power forward, to actually made the Basketball Champions League switch from Ventspils, having averaged over 10 points and 5 rebounds a game with tonight's opposition in the first edition of this competition. So he will play against his former club this evening. Ventspils able to retain the services of Maris Gulbis, but that really was about it. Emanuel Ubila a big addition, dominant in Hungary last season. Rookie Blake Hamilton and Juan Palacios, key additions as well. Here we go, the 2016 and 2014 Lithuanian League finalists against the 9-time Latvian champions. It's Neptunas against Ventspils, live on game day 2 of the second edition of the Basketball Champions League. Ball straight away into the low post. They'll take on the long 2. It pops out, and the rebound secured here. Fizzed in towards the edge of the paint, and looking to go to work was Julius Jutsikas. Fouled by Juan Palacios. Non-shooting foul, so Ventspils to inbound. Ubila. There's a roll into the centre from Jutsikas. It goes out to the outside instead. Missed three-point attempt from Maris Gulbis. Renaldas Seibutis, 32-year-old Lithuanian shooting guard who's played at every big European continental competition. And there's the first points on the board. And they go to the home team. Ubila moved on quickly by Gulbis. Blake Hamilton, 22-year-old American, back to Gulbis again. On the far side, looking to attack Seibutis maybe. Backing him down into the paint, had it knocked away by the help defense. And a turnover forced right at the end of the shot clock. Malcolm Armstead. Around to that far side it goes once more. And they hit the 3 from there the last time. This time the bounce pass from Renaldas Seibutis draws a whistle against Igor Steller. And that's going to be a foul called against Ventspils and Julius Jutsikas. First foul against Ventspils. Neptunas hoping to open up a little bit of breathing room at the start here. Armstead the inbound. Seibutis on the move, lovely step through the paint, gets the layup to fall. Great footwork by the veteran. Stella onto Blake Hamilton. Screen set by Jutsikas. He receives it now. Maybe looking to go to work against Butkavicius. He's calling for it again. And it's picked off though by Armstead. And then he lost it on the dribble. Ubila got back at him. Wide open three-pointer for Hamilton. Makes it count from the corner. First points on the board for Ventspils. Armstead. Armstead left-hand dribble drive. Flips it up with that long arm off the mark. Rebound grabbed by Ventspils, who looked to tie the game now from 5 down early on. Fizzed in towards the centre, Jutsikas. And he couldn't grab the handle on the ball. Oh, off the inbound pass, free effort for Blake Hamilton. 5 quick-fire points for Ventspils. Armstead. Palacios rolling into the centre, then takes up a position on the outside. It's rejected, but followed up and in with the contact as well. Chance at a three-point play for Neptunas. The block initially by Gulbis, but picking up the pieces was Edgaris Jalonis. No mistake with the following free throw as well. Neptunas by 3. Stjela. Utsikas coming out to try and set the screen, then moves into the centre. Can Stjela find him? He can, but he's forced away from the basket and stripped to the ball by Butkavicius, and here they come. In full flow, Ronaldas Sibutis with the finishing touch. Neptunas quickly back up by 5. Hamilton. It's been a game of 5-point runs so far. 5 for the home team, 5 for the away team, and 5 for the home team again. Somebody's lost their sneaker here as it goes across to the far side. 3-point shot off the mark. Rebound reeled in by Jalonis. And we'll have a stoppage so that Malcolm Armstead can tie his shoelaces. Enikis for Neptunas, ready to come in, I believe. Utsikas to the bench for Ventspils. Armstead from the foul line, left open. Can't hit this shot. Gulbis. Zakis. Such an impact off the bench last week, Zakis. Here's Hamilton, this near corner. And it goes to the edge of the paint, knocked away. Shot clock's down to 4. It's knocked away again, out of bounds. Still Ventspils' ball, but there's only 2 left on the shot clock. Malcolm Armstead to the bench for Neptunas. It's going to be a quick catch and shoot. Knocked away out of bounds again. Now it's got to be an even quicker catch and shoot. Ubilla slips through the fingertips of Gulbis, and here come Neptunas down the floor. Although passing behind Juan Palacios. Ubilla. The 3 threatened by Gulbis, who then drives inside, right down the throat of the defense. Midway point of the first quarter, Neptunas now by 3. Good Junas. Palacios around to this near side, but Butkavicius stripped to the ball by Hamilton. Hamilton going through the gears and getting fouled by Jalonis. Non-shooting foul, so Ubilla to inbound from the baseline. Ventspils looking to close the gap to 1 or maybe even tie here. Hamilton. Left hand, dribble drive, little shimmy as well to create room for himself. Good Junas. Palacios. Now Sibutis. Sibutis will take on the shot himself and gets it to drop. Ubilla. Stjela. Over the head pass, flipped up. Will it bounce? Yes, it will. For Ronald Zakis. 14 points, 8 boards in 15 minutes last week. He's in business this week. Offensive rebound, wrestled down by Palacios. Big presence inside. Szczela. Screen set by Zakis, who looks to roll into the centre as well. Szczela doesn't need it. And after that series of 5-point runs for either team now, they're trading blows. Gerjunas across to this near side to Sibutis. Palacios getting his body in the way, and the foul called against Szczela. That's going to be the third on Ventspils. Thomas Delaninkaitis comes in, 35-year-old point guard. Ventspils with a change as well. Ingus Jakovic coming in place of Emanuel Ubila. Gerjunas, and there's a whistle away from the ball handler. It's another foul by the looks of it on Igor Szczela. It's going to be foul number 4 on Ventspils for the quarter. And for Szczela in particular, I think that might be his second now. It is. Here's Palacios using his big frame again, missing the shot though. Zakis the rebound. Hamilton gets it to go off the backboard. Ventspils in foul trouble, but they have the lead now. Gerjunas and Delaninkaitis. Palacios with the screen for Gerjunas, who fires the 3. Nothing but net. He was 4 of 7 from downtown last week, en route to 16 points in the game. He's in business from the outside once more. Jakovic. Looking to the far side, they'll try and answer back with a 3 of their own. Ventspils. It's an air ball instead though. Palacios the rebound. Gerjunas dribbling down the baseline, finding a pass for the flying finish from Chelonis. Neptunas keeping Ventspils at bay. Great switch as he rose towards the rim to find his teammate. Chelonis did the rest. And now we've got a timeout with a few minutes of the first to play.
Sprint through, go inside, go behind, quicker, be ready for pass. Spacing here, don't come up. Go.
They've got key players stepping up right now. Igor Chelonis leading the way of all scorers in the game with 8 points in 8 minutes, 3 of 3 from the field. And Ronaldo Sibutas 6 points as well for Neptunas. Ventspils down by 4, 2 minutes of the first to play. Jakovic directing traffic. Ubila back in the game, receiving the ball now. Zakis rolls into the paint. Tries the extra pass as well, but couldn't get it around the big frame of Chelonis. Still Ventspils ball, 8 on the shot clock. Ubila. Hamilton, 9 points for them. And it's a shot clock violation, though. Blake Hamilton might have 9 points early on, but he wasn't aware of the clock that time. Nobody else for Ventspils has scored more than 2. Delininkaitis. Lovely pass. And it's Kaisielus who is moving towards the basket to finish with the layup, and Neptunas have the largest lead so far at 6. Jakovic. Screen set by Zakis. Jakovic across to the far side. Good look for 3. That's what Ventspils needed right there. Mike Brucevic, the American in the game, to hit the outside shot. Delininkaitis onto Armstead. Oh, banked in by Kaisielus with the contact as well. How did he get that one to fall? Felt the hand on him from Hamilton. And he just said, I'm going to show the officials and I'm going to put the ball in the basket. Changes for Ventspils, including Hamilton to the bench. Simas Galdikas in for Neptunas. And Laimonas Kaisielus at the line. He's only been on court for a minute. He's already got 5 points. 2 of 2 from the field and makes the free throw as well. Jakovic to Ubila. 6 points the lead again. Positive attack from Jakovic. And a foul. Burst away towards the baseline. He was confronted by the flying frame of Simas Galdikas. So Jakovic now at the line. Only had a small role to play on the Ventspils team that competed in this competition last season, although he had 7 points last week in the first game of this edition. He's playing more in this one tonight as well. Only 1 of 2 from the line, 5 points the gap. Delininkaitis for 3, no. Rebound for Zakis. There's about a 10-second differential between shot and game clock at the end of the quarter. But taking it on early and nailing it was Emmanuel Ubila. So plenty of time for Neptunas to try and respond. Ventspils closing the gap to 2 points here. Delininkaitis will just hold it and look to use all of these seconds. 3-point shot, won't go down. Offensive rebound, and then Ventspils able to secure the ball. Really intriguing game in prospect here at the end of the first quarter. Incredibly tight. Neither team has led by any more than 6 points. At the end of one, Neptunas Klaipeda 24, Ventspils 22. Well, it's a close game at the end of the first. The one stat that really stands out for the home team, Neptunas, who have the lead by 2 points, is the shots. They've taken 7 more shots in the game than Ventspils over the first 10 minutes. They've made 10 out of 19, Ventspils 9 of 12. So Ventspils shooting the ball remarkably well, 75%, but have taken far fewer attempts. That's because the home team have the edge in offensive rebounding, 3-0. And they've also forced 2 extra turnovers from their visitors. So they've created the extra opportunities, and that sees them in front right now. Leading the way of all scorers in the game, the 9 points from Blake Hamilton of Ventspils, who's 4 of 4 from the field. And leading the way for Neptunas, the 8 points of Edgaras Jelonis, who's 3 of 3. Start of the second quarter, Neptunas 24, Ventspils 22. A chance for Ventspils to tie the game with Ubilla, who hangs it high for Zakis, who couldn't provide the finish. Gurjunas. Oh, Gurjunas on the move, stepping to the left and draining the 3. He's showing how good he can be from the outside. 2 of 3 now here tonight after 4 of 7 last week. Running into traffic there was Maris Gulbas. And feeling plenty of contact. Non-shooting foul called, so Jakovic to inbound. Ubilla, Zakis. The long 2-pointer wouldn't go down for him. And here's Gurjunas again. He stops and pops from mid-range. He's feeling it in the first half, Gurjunas. 8 points for the number 8. And a timeout forced. He just hit the big 3. And that time, he wasn't afraid to pull up and take the 2. So Neptunas up by just 2 at the end of the first quarter. They've scored, though, the first 5 points of the second to open up the largest lead of the game so far at 7 points. A number of big contributors for them as well. Gurjunas with 8 points now to match the 8 of Jelonis. They've also had 6 from Sibutis. And those Ventspils players we're seeing on camera need to find a way to find a response. They were 9 of 12 from the field, Ventspils, in the first quarter. So just 3 misses. They've missed all 3 of their attempts so far here in the second. Yutsikas to Ubilla, back to Yutsikas. Back out, 3-point attempt from Gulbis. Defense got a piece on it, recovered though. Shot clock running down, but it's stripped back by Neptunas anyway. They'll look to extend their lead even further here. The man of the moment, Gurjunas, on the ball. And it goes to Casielis, back out. 3-point shot from a couple of feet back. The veteran Delininkaitis. Lead up to double figures. Scoring from all angles, the home team. Big rejection as well that time. Ubilla. Screen set by Yutsikas. Shot clock down to 5. Gulbis getting in, trying to find the big man inside. He's forced away. And great team defense from Neptunas as well. The defense and offense clicking into place at the same time. Gaudikas the rejection to deny them initially. And then they force the shot clock violation. It is so far an 8-0 run to start the second quarter. They can extend that run here. Stripped to the ball though. This is what Ventspils need now. 3-on-1 fast break and going all the way through. Mike Brucevic with the contact as well. Stops the rot in the second for the Latvians. A chance for a three-point play off that good defense. A chance taken by Brucevic. Casey Ellis. Hand off to Delininkaitis, who hit that long three on the previous score. This time they'll go inside. And the miss and the foul in frustration. Foul on Gaudikas. Nobody for the home team on 2 fouls just yet. Well, in fact, that was the second on Gaudikas, so he is the first. Stella. Oh, taking off to finish was Jutsikas. Stella to Jutsikas. And the two players on 2 fouls for Ventspils, both in the game and having an impact. Big call from the coach. And it paid dividends there. Another one from the outside for Delininkaitis. 2 in a row from downtown. And they're putting on a three-point shooting show here in the first half now, the home team. And Ventspils finding their feet in the second quarter as well. Ubila that time. And he's thinking about it again. Delininkaitis looks to drive towards the baseline. Stripped to the ball though by Brucevic. Ubila. Rolling into the centre is Jutsikas. Ubila clings onto it, crosses back over onto the right and gets fouled. So 3 fouls already on Neptunas. Ventspils yet to commit one in the second quarter. Well, Neptunas Klaipeda now 5 of 8 from downtown. They've called a timeout here, leading by 5 points. The lead has been as many as 10. It's been cut in half, 35-30 in their favour.
Guys, attack, man! Each of you attack on the screen! Pull up, it's yours! If kick continue, go to the big change direction! Pull up, 3-pointer is yours! Kick one side, change, attack him on this! Kick, go back, come closer, please! Get on the stick foul!
Many on the ball. Ajax. Dribble here. Screen here. Go around. Set a kick for 5. Use. Go same corner. Screen attack. Go behind. Follow. Okay?
We are there with all this bullshit. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Well, the first quarter was a story of Ventspils' remarkable shooting, but not taking anywhere near as many shots as their hosts. It's kind of flipped around here in the second. Having only missed 3 shots in the first quarter, Ventspils have missed 5 in the first 4 minutes of this quarter, but they've been able to grab a couple of offensive rebounds already, having not had a single one in the first. So they might be able to even up those shots taken. And they've already started to do that, so although their shooting percentages are dropping, they're still very much within touching distance of Neptunas. And in fact, they're only down by 3 now. Armstead. Delininkaitis. Edging his way underneath the basket, kicking it back out. Armstead had to really reach to grab that one, move to the corner. The free man knocks it down, and the three-point shooting show continues. Arnas Butkavicius this time. And that's 6 of 9 from the outside for the home team. The three-point shot at the other end will fall as well for Brucevic, who's really come into the second quarter to make an impact. Delininkaitis. Palacios. Palacios into a crowded paint, back out. They'll move it to the far side. They're looking maybe for a three-point shot again here. Palacios spin move, although he turns it over with 5 left on the shot clock. Juan Palacios not happy with the call. It's not happened for him yet. It was an offensive foul, which makes it 4 fouls in the quarter already for Neptunas. Ventspils still without a single one. It's his second as well. And finding a free passage into the paint was Ingus Jakovic. Ventspils have closed the gap to 1 here across the midway point of the second. Three-point shot this time. Casey Ellis breaks a series of made outside shots from Neptunas. Jakovic, they're looking to take the lead now, Ventspils. Brucevic has had a key part to play. He finds Ubila. Brucevic, another three-point shot from him. He's on fire now, the American. Ventspils take the lead from 10 down in the first half. Delininkaitis. Armstead. Three-point shot again from the number 7, Casey Ellis. 2 misses in a row for him in quick succession. Ubila. Pass picked off this time, though, by Butkavicius. Hung up from the foul line and in by Malcolm Armstead. Tie game at 40. 4 minutes of the first half to play. It's been everything that we hoped it would be and everything that we built it up to be so far. Deep, deep three-pointer from way beyond the setting sun, Ingus Jakovic. Ventspils giving Neptunas a taste of their own medicine. And then Delininkaitis able to find Palacios moving inside. Ubila to Brucevic. Brucevic. Bounce pass, picked off. Back though into the hands of Steller. And a foul called after that crazy passage of play. It's now 4 of 4 from the field for 12 points for Mike Brucevic, who's hit 3 of 3 from downtown. And his scoring spurt has helped Ventspils come from 10 down to lead momentarily. And he leads all scorers in the game with 12 points. At the line is Igors Steller, 24-year-old Latvian, who had an impressive game last week. 10 points, 6 rebounds and 5 assists. Ventspils up by 3 with 3 minutes of the first half to play. Armstead finding Jalonis. Jalonis looking to attack, found a gap that didn't even seem to be there. He puts it in with the contact and has a chance at a three-point play. And a chance also to tie the game. He was the key player in the first quarter for Neptunas. He's had a good long rest and he's back in to make an impact straight away. Although he misses the foul shot, so he sticks on 10 points. And Ventspils have their noses in front. Hamilton. Stray pass, will they recover it? They will. Pressure on Jakovic though. Still plenty of time to work with here. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Jakovic back to Szczela, who takes on the three. Ventspils are giving Neptunas a taste of their own medicine. They've hit a series of threes now. So Ventspils by 4, having trailed by double figures. The home team still dealing with that foul trouble as well. They're at the limit already. Ventspils nowhere near. Thought about the outside shot, finds Palacios instead, gets it back on the perimeter. Shot clock down to the final few seconds. Armstead stepping inside and making a shot, staying cool and composed. Moved on to Jakovic. Hamilton. Hamilton had it knocked away. Should still be Ventspils' ball. Szczela. Shot clock ticking down to 3 here. Szczela caught in the corner and they don't get it away in time. But Kavicius, the inbounders, Neptunas look to tie the game. Armstead, the handoff then by Jelonis. But Kavicius looking to attack back out to Palacios. He finds the free man on the outside. Shot off the mark though for Jelonis. Those threes have stopped going down for Neptunas. Jakovic. Jakovic having to adjust as he hung in the air. Awkward off-balance shot didn't go. They're trying to attack in off the corner this time with Kavicius instead of taking the 3, and it's a foul called on Hamilton. Second on the young American. Still nobody in the game on 3 fouls. Szczela and Utsikas have been able to manage their situation well. They've been on 2 for a while. Long three-pointer. We've seen a few of those drop already in the game, not that one though. Final minute of the first half. Szczela taking his time. Waiting for the move into the centre. He lost the handle on the ball though. It was knocked away. Here come Neptunas. Oh, big time block from Blake Hamilton. He finds Skulbis. And they'll slow it down and play in the half court now, Ventspils. But what a defensive intervention from the 22-year-old rookie. Ubila's pass blocked off. Now Hamilton's got to get back again. But Kavicius this time able to score. Neck and neck. Final seconds of the second. Can Ventspils take a lead? High arcing shot won't drop. And that will do it for an enthralling first half of Basketball Champions League action. A high-scoring, high-octane game, tied at the break. Neptunas Klaipeda 48, Ventspils 48. Look at some of the stats and tremendous shooting numbers from both teams. Neptunas 6 of 9 from the outside before missing their last 3. Ventspils have overtaken them in that department. And Ventspils with the edge in terms of rebounding, but not on the offensive glass, where Neptunas were able to create those extra shots in the first half. And look at the turnovers, 14-6 I'm seeing there in favour of the home team, who protected the ball far better, as we see some of the game leaders. And the performance in the second quarter of Brucevic, 12 points, 4 of 4 from the field, helping Ventspils back from a double-digit deficit. Whizzing through these numbers now, he leads the way with 12. Hamilton has 9 for Ventspils. Chelonis leading the way for the home team with 10 points. It's been a quite wonderful first half, and there's still another 2 quarters to come. Do join us for those in about 10 minutes' time.
bėgti štai čia. Dalykas, kasgi bus pirmasis, su šaliku ir tiesiog... Taip, mes užfiksavome, kas atėjo greičiausiai iki manęs. Jūs jau norite testai įpratęs, kad prizai ateina iki jūsų. Jūs tik ėjote, tačiau atbėgo vienas jaunuolis pirmas. Sakykite, ar jūs sportuojate? Sportuojate. Bet aš manau, kad vis tiek reikės arba tėčiai, arba mamai atiduoti šitą dalyką. Tai prašau jums,
Welcome back to Lithuania, where we've got a wonderful game on our hands here on game day 2 of the new Basketball Champions League season. These two teams have poured in the points over the first 2 quarters, and there's been nothing to separate them over those first 20 minutes. 48-48 as we get ready to start the second half. Neptunas winning the first quarter 24-22. Ventspils the second 24-26. To tie us all up, Neptunas led by the 10 points of their number 11, Egris Zelonis. Most of those coming in a very positive first quarter for them. He's 4 of 5 from the field. They've also got 8 points from the number 8, Mindaugas Gurjunas, who took up the scoring mantle later on in the half for the hosts. And then the away team with 12 points from Mike Brucevic, all of those in the second. 4 of 4 from the field, including 3 of 3 from downtown, the American. You can see his numbers there. He's also hit a free throw as well. The man who averaged over 17 points, 8 rebounds, and just shy of 3 assists last season with Japland in Sweden. He's had a helping hand, a big helping hand from his teammates as well. There's another 3 players that aren't too far off double figures for Ventspils. 9 points for Hamilton, 8 for Ubilla, the 2 Americans doing their part, and 7 for Stjela. You can see there the stat line of Neptunas' leading scorer. Zelonis is 10 points. Both teams have shot the ball extremely well. Neptunas 63% inside, 46% from downtown. Ventspils 60% inside, 67% from 3-point range.
Remember this side, first off, 4, get ball, that's handle, 2 come here inside, come make screen here,
Ventspils a solid edge in the rebounding stats, 16 to 10 overall at the moment. Assists are dead even, although Ventspils have had 5 more turnovers. That's the one thing that really won't please them about the first half. 11 first half turnovers for the Latvians. They'll want to sort that out here in the third quarter. They've led by 4, but the largest lead was for the home team, Neptunas, at 10 points at one stage. Ventspils quickly shut down the momentum, turned the tide back in their own favour. Start of the second half, 48-48 between Neptunas and Ventspils here. The home team with the first possession of the third quarter. They miss an outside shot. They had a red-hot streak from downtown at one stage in the first half, and then Ventspils took over in terms of outside shooting. Ubilla from mid-range, trying to hang one up there. And able to wrestle down the offensive rebound was Gulbis, and here come Neptunas with space to attack. And it's their leading scorer, Zelonis, who puts it in. 12 points now for him to tie level with Brucevic as the game's leading scorer. Ubilla finding a pass, and Yutsikas doing the rest. One of a few players that was in foul trouble fairly early in the game, but all of those have been able to stick on 2 fouls, nobody on 3. Fizzed into the low post, back out to the perimeter. Open mid-ranger, although slightly disrupted at the end as Zelonis misses. They grab the offensive rebound and they can attack again here, Neptunas. Gurjunas, who scored 8 points very quickly in a scoring burst, crosses over onto the right, dishes a lovely pass. It won't go on the finger roll though for Zelonis. Wonderful penetration from Mindaugas Gurjunas. Still Neptunas ball, so Gudjunas will have a chance to try and tee up his teammates again. And that one won't go down for Butkavicius, who seems to have got himself into a good position. Hamilton trying to move it across to this near side. It was tipped away and out of bounds. Still Ventspils ball. Stella gets it back here from Gulbis and looks to attack down the baseline. Can't find a way through. Neptunas on the move. Palacios to the far side and a big dunk from Butkavicius. Ubilla. Neptunas nudged themselves ahead emphatically. Ubilla into Yutsikas, who had it knocked away, but Butkavicius with a defensive intervention as well. And able to cling on to the ball, play the no-look pass. And Sibutis got fouled as he missed the layup. What a quick intervention on the game Arnas Butkavicius has just had. Only played briefly with the team towards the end of this competition last season. He's got 7 points off 3 of 5 shooting so far today. The big dunk and 4 steals for the number 51. Off the inbound pass, open outside shot. Won't go though. Two and a half minutes into the third quarter it is here, not the first. As I'm sure you can tell by the scoreline. You're seeing first at the bottom of your picture as Ventspils turn it over. Reeled in here by Gudjunas. Gudjunas will take on the 3. Palacios, the offensive rebound, put it in with the contact to the number 3. A chance to complete a 3-point play. Palacios quietly padding out a decent-looking stat line. A chance to move on to 7 points. He's got 4 rebounds, 3 assists and 2 steals. The big Spanish centre, 3 of 5 from the field, and now 1 of 1 from the foul line. Neptunas by 5. Ubilla. Gets it back from Gulbis. Going to use the final seconds of the shot clock. He takes on the long 2 himself and nails it. Ubilla right on the mark. Palacios setting the screen, receiving it back from Gudjunas. Sibutis, the long 2, answers back. Sibutis now 5 of 8 from the field, has 10 points. Ubilla. Gulbis. Zakis looking to back in against Jelonis. Zakis looking to bully his way inside. Can't hit the shot though. Here come Neptunas with Sibutis again. He tried to kick it to the far side. The paint was crowded out for him. And so too was the perimeter. Five-point Neptunas lead, 4 minutes into the third quarter. There's the foul on Mindaugas Gudjunas. Blake Hamilton from the foul line moves to double figures. It was a technical. And he makes the 2 and they get possession. I think they must have called it unsportsmanlike, although I must admit I didn't see the referee's signal. Ventspils within 3, 6 minutes of the third to play. Kicked away and out of bounds. Still Ventspils' ball, but just 10 seconds to advance it the full length of the court. Neptunas will try and put some pressure on them as they look to do so. And they back off and look to defend in the half court as Hamilton looks to come all the way through. Stripped to the ball, here come Neptunas. Gerjunas moving at such pace. It only took a slight touch from behind. These two neighbours. Understandably, this one getting a little bit feisty. Stella. Put the defence up in the air, gets it back for the 3 this time and knocks it down. Look what it means to the Ventspils bench. One of their star players stepping up to the plate. 2-point game, midway point of the third. Palacios the handoff to Sibutis. Sibutis crowded out again in the paint as he looked to find Palacios, who was the free man. Thomas Delininkaitis coming back in. The 35-year-old tends not to play long minutes at his age, but he has made an impact on the game when he's been on the floor. Here he is now, taking on the 3 from a couple of feet back, but missing. And he's hit a long 3 already in the game. Hamilton. Hamilton with a bounce pass, although it was taken away. Palacios charging down the floor, flipping it onto his right and getting the finger roll to go. Stella having hit that big 3 not too long ago. This time he finds Ubilla. Ubilla will take on the 3 this time, and he gets fouled on the 3-point shot. And they've been shooting the ball so well from the outside, it scared the life out of the Neptunas defense, who commit the foul against Ubilla, who was previously 2 of 2 from downtown. The team are 9 of 13 for 69%. And that's why the defense was panicked. Ubilla's 2 of 2 from the outside. Stella 2 of 3. And Brucevic 3 of 3. Ubilla making both so far. And this is the 3rd though. 2-point game. A whistle for a foul away from the ball handler. In the paint, it's a foul called against the Ventspils defense, and that takes them over the foul limit for the 3rd with still 4 minutes and 14 seconds remaining. So every foul, whether it's a shooting foul or not, from their defense for the rest of this quarter will send Neptunas to the foul line, as is the case this time with Delininkaitis. Galdikas ready to come back in. The veteran making no mistake with those foul shots. Neptunas by 4. The hosts have led by as many as 10. Not for too long though. That's the largest lead for either team in the game. It's been fiercely contested and tight throughout. Ubilla prodding and probing and now penetrating as he hung it high off the window, and he'll go to the line for 2. This is a player who was dominant in the Hungarian league last season, averaged nearly 18 points, 8 assists and 5 rebounds a game. And he's showing what he can do here in the Basketball Champions League on game day 2. He had an okay start last week. 8 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, but shooting just 1 of 5 from the field. And this is the foul shot, and Neptunas lead by 3 with 4 minutes of the third to play. Back out for the 3-point shot, and there's a foul. And it's against the Neptunas offense. And Gaudikas, by the looks of it, that will be their 4th for the quarter. And let's take a look at it, the moving screen from Gaudikas. Blocking off Ubilla as he looked to close out on the perimeter. Gaudikas has only recently come in. Ventspils trying to close the gap even further here with Jakovic, who puts up the long 2 off the mark. Palacios battling for the rebound. Last touch was off Ventspils. Gaudikas to the bench because that last foul was his 4th. Steller is on 3 for Ventspils. Nobody else on more than 2. Corner of the paint, beautifully done. Good, Junas just stopped and elevated. He's had a big contribution tonight, the number 8. 12 points in the game. Here is Steller playing on those 3 fouls. Knocked away, shot clock down to 5 here. Steller, what can he come up with? Dribbles the ball out of bounds with only 2 left on the shot clock, although it's going to be reset to 14. Malcolm Armstead back in the game. 4 points, 2 steals so far. Good. Junas gets a well-earned rest. 12 points in 16 minutes for him off 4 of 6 shooting. Jakovic to inbound. Oh, picked off from the inbound pass by Palacios. Behind the back dribble from the big man as well, but losing it was Jelonis. No harm done for Ventspils. Jakovic. High entry pass tipped against the backboard by Palacios and picked up here by Delininkaitis. Neptunas by 5, which in terms of this second half is a good bit of breathing room. They have a chance to extend it here with Delininkaitis. Kaisielis, Palacios, shot clock at 5 here. Palacios comfortable with the ball in his hands, comfortable putting it on the floor, but can't put it in the basket. Final 2 minutes of the quarter. Brucevic is in the game, taking up a position on the perimeter. Instead, it's Ubilla who fires the 3 and misses. Rebound grabbed by Kaisielis. Armstead bringing the ball over centre court. Palacios left unguarded in the high post. He won't shoot the 3. Kaisielis trying to bully his way into the paint and flips it up and in. Neptunas by 7, 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining in the third. And that 7-point lead supplied by the number 7 is going to force Ventspils to call a timeout here. Lovely baby hook from Kaisielis, getting back in business, having not scored for a while. Positive, aggressive, offensive play.
They will come play the pick and roll with 5. Go. Ingles on the ball. 5, 4, corner. 2, 3, let's go. Tigers here. Manic here. Come play pick and roll. They come.
The impressive shooting continues from both teams. Neptunas shooting 54% from the field, Ventspils 57%. But it's the home team who have the edge by 7, 67-60. And that the dunk of the game so far from Bukavicius. The home fans loving the performance at the moment of their team. Fantastic atmosphere, as you would expect in Lithuania. Gulbis threatened the three, but then moved it on to his teammate. Jakovic will take it on from a couple of feet back and miss it. Gulbis the rebound. A fresh 14 to work with for Ventspils. Final minute of the third quarter. Szczela fires it into the low post. Good use of the body from Yutsikas to roll towards the basket. Five points the difference now. Looking to attack at the other end is Casey Ellis, knocked away momentarily and called for a travel. Good defense from Szczela. And you can see what it means as he celebrates the turnover. No love lost between these two teams. This rivalry between Lithuania and Latvia. It's the former that has the edge at the moment. Szczela trying to change that though. After his big defensive intervention at one end of the floor, he was looking to score at the other. The foul called on Armstead. 20.2 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Both teams at the limit. And now at the line is Igor's Szczela. Up to double figures. 5 rebounds, 3 assists as well. And he's been playing most of this quarter on 3 fouls. 12 points for him. They've got 4 in double figures already, Ventspils. Szczela goes to the bench for the final seconds as they look to come up with a defensive stop. Shot clock turned off at the end of the third quarter. Neptunas leading by 3. If they use the clock well, they will hold it for the final shot of the quarter. Armstead to Dylan Inkaitis, who takes on the 3 with a hand in his face over the top of Brucevic. The 35-year-old stepping up at the buzzer. Dylan Inkaitis with his 3rd from downtown. Advantage for Neptunas doubled heading into the 4th.
Mars. Mike is here. Dribble ball. Come here for a second. 5 is here. Watch. Pass. Seal him for a second. Don't push with hands. Pass over here for easy layup. Our 3 down. And play
If no shot, be patient. Pass inside. One more. After this, I won't.
It's the points from turnovers that are really hurting Ventspils at the moment. They've had double the amount of turnovers of their host. They haven't solved that problem from the first half. And although both teams are shooting the ball exceptionally well, Ventspils actually with the better field goal percentage, they haven't taken anywhere near as many shots because of those turnovers. And Neptunas lead by 6 at the end of the third quarter. The home team have taken 51 shots. Ventspils have taken just 37. And that the one that doubles the lead to 6. as we get ready to start the fourth. Delinkaitis' third three-pointer. So start of the final quarter, Neptunas 70, Ventspils 64. The Latvians start with the ball. Stella out to Brucevic. Stella puts it up from mid-range, misses. They'll wrestle the rebound down on the deck, but throw it right back into the hands of Armstead. Kaisielas almost grabbed by Jelonis. It's going to be Ventspils' ball. Or is it? I think it may well be Neptunas' possession. Armstead to inbound. Caught deep by Jelonis, back to Armstead. Delinkaitis, another three, not this time. Rebound grabbed by Blake Hamilton. Hamilton, the crossover onto the left, and the layup as he's falling to the floor. Beautifully done. Very aggressive indeed. Jelonis, a foul though on Hamilton. He's 5 of 5 from the field, Blake Hamilton, including this driving layup under a lot of pressure. But he's just picked up his fourth foul. It may well be his fifth. I'll just check that for you. Well, there you go, fifth foul on Hamilton. So that's the end of the line for him. Despite that perfect shooting performance and those 13 points, Ventspils will have to deal without him for the last 9 minutes. Palacios takes on the long two, unguarded, couldn't resist. Offensive rebound, put back in by Jelonis. That's another reason they're taking those extra shots. 7-4 on the offensive glass now. Ubilla hanging on the foul line, can't hit, wrestles the rebound off his teammate. Oh, free passage through the paint for Brucevic. His first score in a long time. Had 12 quickfire points in the second when he hit 3 of 3 from downtown. He's 5 of 5 from the field now. Armstead, 4-point lead for the home team. Nice pass from Armstead. Shot blocked from behind by Stella. Now Ubilla. And he's fouled by Kaisielas. He wanted to foul Kaisielas that time. That's the dunk from Brucevic. Might just get him back in business. Kaisielas goes to the bench. Frustrated that the foul wasn't called on that block. Jakovic for three, no. Rebound grabbed by Bukavicius. Still a Neptunas 4-point lead. Delinkaitis not taking the three this time, moving it on to Palacios, or use his big frame to try and create some room. Stuck to all the way though by Utsikas, and then a foul called on Ventspils on the rebound. Only the first on Brucevic. Bukavicius, Delinkaitis, knocked away from behind. It's still going to be Neptunas ball though, 6 on the shot clock. Delinkaitis to inbound. Gaudikas back to Delinkaitis. He's going to drive in and hang it up from the corner of the paint. Wouldn't go down. And they get another opportunity though. Batted back to Gurjunas. And a foul called against Jakovic. Such a high-scoring game through the first 3 quarters. This fourth quarter so far is only 4-2 in favour of Ventspils with nearly 3 minutes played. This is where the edginess might just set in with the finish line in sight. Gurjunas out to Delininkaitis. No nerves from him. His 4th from the outside. 7-point Neptunas lead. And a foul called against Gaudikas. And that will see him fouled out of the game. 5 fouls in only 6 minutes on court. So each team have lost a man. Jakovic. Stella. Stella hanging it high and taking off for the alley-oop finish was Yutsikas. Perfect execution. 5-point game again. Gurjunas off the mark for the 2. Ubilla to Stella. He's going to work with the big man again. Yutsikas coming out to set the screen for the 2nd time, rolls inside, bypasses him, tipped away on the perimeter though. Gurjunas was going to get away, so it's an unsportsmanlike foul on Brucevic. He's saying that was nothing more than a plain attempt to go and win the ball. But it stops the free break towards the basket. Such a tight one to call. He did very well to try his best to get his fingertips to it. So that means free throws and possession for Neptunas due to the unsportsmanlike foul. And Mindaugas Gurjunas making the most of the first one, but not the second. Let's see it again. He did just miss it, didn't he? Not by much. Gurjunas gets it back from Delininkaitis. Delininkaitis on the move, still full of energy. Knocked away inside though from Jalonis. Still Neptunas possession. Caught deep by Delininkaitis. Palacios with a pick and roll. Defense not biting. Delininkaitis crosses over onto the 3, misses that one at the end of the shot clock. Rebound grabbed by Brucevic. Look at the 3-point shooting from Ventspils. 9 of 16 from the outside, but they still trail by 6 here. Ubilla. Ubilla high towards Zakis, but knocked away this time. Neptunas on the hunt. And it's going to be an offensive foul against Butkavicius. He felt for Brucevic after that unsportsmanlike foul, but what great hustle he's showing on defense for his team. This time he put his body in the way. There's a press here that Ventspils are able to play out of, although they can't find Zakis on the baseline. The ball was kicked out of bounds. Still the largest lead in this game has been 10 points for the home team. 5 minutes and 21 seconds to play. Ventspils trying to close the gap down to 3 or 4. Stella. Ubilla. Back out, 3-point shot. It's been a while. He can't make this one, nor can the tip go. And it should have done, really, I think. Off the right fingertips of Zakis. Knocked away, though, back into Ventspils' hands, and Gulbis can come away with it. Across the midway point of the fourth quarter. Stella. Zakis trying to make himself available, able to grab it on the baseline but can't readjust his body, although Gulbis was following up to finish. 4-point game. Look at the turnovers, double from Ventspils, 24. It would be a remarkable achievement to win a game with those kind of numbers. Palacios missing the wide open mid-ranger. And Ventspils, despite those 24 turnovers, do have a great opportunity down the stretch in this one. It's because they've shot the ball quite remarkably. Ubilla thought he was fouled. Referee not favouring Ventspils that time. To the corner it goes, wide open. Bukavicius can't get it to go. Rebound Stella. Final 4 minutes of the fourth. These two teams looking to go 2-0 at the start of the new Basketball Champions League season. Ubilla getting through. Space created for him by Zakis and making it a one-possession game. Now coach Kazis Maxvitis has seen enough on the Neptunas bench. Timeout called. Their lead has dwindled away down to 2.
What they are doing, they are playing out of block still, so watch from this. Screen, they're doing out of block. Over. Play ball. Ladies, get the ball, good pass. In the corner. Good screen, good pass, concentration.
Evo, let's go. 4 make screen for 2. Pass, handle. 2 count for 5. Follow. No, let's go. 2 guys here. Come out, hand up with 4. 5 is here. 4 count for screen and come on the top. Here is right here. Yeah, back.
Ventspils have made a push here in the fourth. They're now trailed by just 2 points. 4 players in double figures, 14 for Brucevic, 13 for Hamilton, 12 for Stella, but leading the way with 15 is Emmanuel Ubilla. Final 3.5 minutes. Casey Ellis. Palacios. Sibutis thought about the 3, drives inside instead, got plenty of contact, couldn't get the roll around and drop. Ubilla back from Brucevic. Ubilla out to Blake Hamilton, who's back in the game here. We'll cover that situation in a moment. Here's Hamilton looking to get in towards the edge of the paint. Oh, it looked like it was going to go down off the missed shot at the end of the shot clock. And at the other end, it's Gerjunas who scores to double the Neptunas lead. Now, Hamilton was shown as being fouled out by the graphics on screen. I thought he'd picked up his 4th until I saw that. Now, that was the case. It was only his 4th. So he's still very much in the game and very much making his mark. Wonderful arc on that shot, as it was well contested. 2-point game, 2 minutes to play. Sibutis. Crowd trying to get behind their team. Sibutis back out. Palacios steps in for the 2 and gets it to fall. Neptunas just about keeping Ventspils at bay, but for how long? Ubilla. Oh, popped out of the grasp of Hamilton. Recovered, though, in the backcourt by Utsikas. Ubilla has his pass battered away by Sibutis. And Ventspils, very nearly that time, the creators of their own downfall, need to protect the ball better. That's why they've committed 24 turnovers so far. Ubilla. 25 now. An attack down the lane from Utsikas, and he's fouled. Third on Juan Palacios. The reason Ventspils are still in the game is because they've shot 53%, both inside and out. They've made 9 of 17 three-pointers, and they've got to the line far more readily than their hosts. 13 of 16 so far. And 2 to come. Julius Utsikas. 12 points in the game last week. He's got 8 so far this week. And add 1 more to that tally. It's been a perfect shooting performance so far. 4 of 4 from the field, and that his first free throw attempt. It remains perfect, and Ventspils remain very much in the game. 90 seconds to play. Gerjunas handing the ball off on the perimeter. Sibutis, Gerjunas again. Looking for Palacios, back out Sibutis. Plenty of time still on the shot clock to work with. Sibutis trying to create some room here. And he gets towards the baseline and puts it in. What a move by the veteran. The lead double to 4, knocked away from Ubilla, but a foul. What a move this was from Ronaldo Sibutis. Underarm, finger roll off the baseline. Gerjunas has just picked up his 4th foul. Emmanuel Ubilla at the stripe with a couple of clutch free throws. He makes the first. 16 points to lead his team in scoring so far. He's 7 of 9 from the free throw line. 2-point game with exactly 1 minute to play. Back in comes Brucevic as Gulbis goes to the bench. Gerjunas. Palacios the screen, gets it back here. Sibutis, can the veteran pull something else out of his locker? He finds Palacios and he puts it in. Ventspils just can't seem to find a defensive stop at the moment as much as they continue to score. Neptunas up by 4 again. Timeout called in the final minute. Sibutis stepping up, a big score on the previous possession, and then dishing the assist for Palacios that time.
Same time coming here. Bring, make handle here. Play. Now you are fighting here. Watch.
Go for good defense, so let's play. This side with Ronaldo. Let's go full now. Then. Hey, let's go. One defense. No, shoot. One, you and one, no free shot. One defense.
And for the second week in a row at the start of this tournament. Neptunas have used the short rotation, but the players that have playing long minutes have all come up with big performances, 5 in double figures now. And they have the 4-point edge over Ventspils with 39 seconds to play. Still far from over this one, but the Lithuanians are in the driver's seat for now. In fact, it's 45 seconds to play, and there is a 5-second inbounding violation against Hamilton off the back of the timeout. All of the potential receivers stuck to like glue, nowhere for him to go. And that's a huge play in the final minute of this game. "26 turnovers for Ventspils. It's remarkable that they're still in the game at this late stage. Gerjunas to Palacios towards the baseline. 20-second differential between shot and game clock. Move to the corner, Gerjunas, bang! Lithuanian fans on their feet. Neptunas about to go 2-0. Gerjunas hitting from the outside again. 18 points for the number 8, his 3rd from the outside.
After that, come here, the ball, and go front. Here is 4 position. 5 go there. Watch this ball pass. Get open, double team. Come and let's go forward. Watch, yeah,
It's been a wonderful advert for this competition in terms of offensive basketball. Great commitment, a great crowd and a great rivalry. It looks as though Lithuania will have bragging rights in this one over Latvia. Gerjunas overtaking Ubilla as the game's leading scorer, now has 18. 7-point Neptunas lead, final 28 seconds. And the turnover off the inbound again for the 2nd time off the back of a timeout. A turnover straight off an inbound attempt from Ventspils. 27 turnovers on the night, just too much to overcome. Sibutis across to the far side, another 3-point attempt. Can't quite put the exclamation mark on the win. The Battle of the Baltic won by Lithuania and by Neptunas Klaipeda, who go 2-0 in Group B at the start of the new season, led by the 18 points of Mindaugas Gerjunas. They win it 87-80 over Ventspils. Tough to take for his team, who just didn't protect the ball well enough at all and lose the game despite shooting 53% inside and out. They hit 9 of 17 3-pointers. They got to the line to make 17 out of 20 free throws. They won the rebounding battle as well, and in the end, offensive rebounds, there wasn't too much difference, but look at the turnovers. 27 for Ventspils, just 10 for Neptunas. That ultimately was the difference, as the home team ended up taking 19 extra shots in the game. Gerjunas, the leading scorer, with 18 points, 6 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 from downtown, including the one to kill it. Leading 5 players in double figures. They had 14 from Delininkaitis, who had 4 from the outside from 9 attempts. They had 14 from Gelionis as well, 13 from Palacios and 10 from Sibutis. High fives all round. Job done for Neptunas here on home court. They have won both against big opponents on their home floor to start the new season. They'll get tested on the road later in the regular season. But a huge win over Chalon last week on this floor. And now they beat Ventspils, their near neighbours, who defeated the defending champions Tenerife last week. Ventspils with a big offensive performance, 5 in double figures for them as well. 17 for Ubilla to lead the way, 15 for Hamilton, 14 Brucevic, 12 for Stella, as well as 7 rebounds and 4 assists in another complete performance from him. 10 as well for Utsikas, but not enough because of those turnovers. It's Neptunas who can celebrate, and they move to the top of Group B, the only side to have gone 2-0 so far. Gaziantep will have the chance to do that. They're playing PAOK at the moment in the final game in Group B on game day 2. You can see 1-1 now. Ventspils, but still 12 more games to play in the regular season. It's been a pleasure having your company for this one. Neptunas Klaipeda, led by the 18 points of Mindaugas Junas, who led 5 in double figures, win it 87-80 over Ventspils.